do you believe that worth is static? In other words, it just is. It's not a metric. It doesn't grow or shrink. Now, value does, but worth is it's a constant just because it is.
No. I think worth is inherent, but I don't think it's static.
Okay, so it's dynamic in your mind.
Well, I would say more it's on a timeline. Okay. So
'cause I want to walk us through some actual real life thinking, if you don't mind, and maybe land this for maybe somebody that's listening.
Yes, but let me flay out this idea just a little bit more. Okay, so worth, and I'm gonna go back to the etymology of the word, right? Worth has a concept of, I'm just going to check my notes here because I wrote it down, value, price paid, merit, monetary, and inherent. That's the noun. The noun is like worth is what is inherent to like how much are you willing to pay for this thing? Okay, now life is priceless, arguably. So what are people willing to pay in money for life? Anything. Right. Just the ability to exist. We will pay anything for it to continue to exist. So it is a priceless experience. Our worth and the ability to continue to live can't be measured, right? And there's an inherentness to that. Like all of us want to keep living. That is inherent. But the verb of worth is to come to be. So if you're looking at it as a noun, like nominalized, I do think that that's static for the most part. But I think if you're looking at it as a verb, as something that is dynamic, it's what comes to be. So as a baby, I'm born, right? And I actually don't have any value other than
potentiality,
cuteness.
though.
That's right. I'm cute, and so people think I'm cute, and that's my value. But actually, I'm just taking like crazy. I'm a massive resource hog.
Okay, you've already lost me because you're using a different word than worth now. You used value again.
Excuse me. My worth is intrinsic and inherent.
Correct.
But it's not demonstrated.
It's not manifested yet.
Not manifest.
Or actualized.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you for making sure that I'm keeping consistent with my language. So yeah, as a baby, I'm just a major resource hog, right? Okay. I'm just a vacuum of time, energy, money, expense, emotion, right? But the reason why we all protect babies is not just because they're cute. We protect them because of what they're going to become. They're going to become, adults. They're going to become, right, arguably either contributors or takers. But we don't know yet, right? And so we want to protect this thing that's precious, that is going to become something. And so the worth of a baby into adulthood is whether or not that thing has manifest or come to be. It's intrinsic, whatever it was, right? Has it become the thing that it was? And we understand the importance of stewarding children and giving them the best experiences and examples and models possible. And we are horrified even when children we don't know on the other side of the world that are concepts to us are abused. That's horrifying to us because we know that throws them off the trajectory of what they could have become, right? Now we're playing with their worth. And so as adults, we don't have the same worth as we do as babies, in the sense that as babies, we're all potential. And as adults, we are the manifestation of potential. And if we stayed on a trajectory and we were fortunate enough to be fostered and encouraged and stewarded to stay on that trajectory of what we could have become, our worth arguably increases because now we're giving back to society. Now we're doing the things that, like we became who we were supposed to be. If we don't stay on that trajectory and we become terrible takers, right? We're horrific human beings that just cause destruction everywhere. Our worth alters, right? Because we didn't become who we were supposed to be. We became this sort of offset version of it, this sort of, mutated version of what we could have become. And if we're just taking, now our worth plummets. So I don't think our worth stays the same. But even if our worth plummets, like it's very rare where people say, no, just kill them.
Yeah.
Right. And it's usually a segment of society.
Yeah.
Even if somebody's a terrible serial killer, there'll still be people out there fighting for that person's right to live incarcerated. Right. So it's like we have an intrinsic value, or intrinsic worth of the existence of living. So it's more of a concept. It's more theoretical worth of humanness. And then our individualized worth is more based on how we manifested that worth on a timeline.
So as we're talking, maybe my confusion was just around words, because as you talk about the verbal, like the verb worth, the manifestation, the actualization of potential. So the seed becoming the tree, the child becoming an adult. When it manifests, it becomes worth even more than it once was. And maybe that's what I thought by the word value. Like worth is inherent. Value is the actualized potential of worth.